Schlafly Center. So this week, we are going to be talking about Eagle Council because we have, well, you might be thinking you've been talking about Eagle Council for weeks now, and we have been, but our 51st Eagle Council is this Saturday, September 17th from noon until Saturday evening. We're going to have a lunch, an Eagle briefing, and a dinner, and tickets are still available. You can get them online at eaglecouncil.com until tomorrow afternoon, and we also take walk-ins. But we're really excited. We've been posting a lot of information about this online, so you can see that on Facebook, Twitter, on our website at eaglecouncil.com. And if you have any questions, you can also call us here at the Phyllis Schlafly Center.
Yeah. And I mean, this goes right in line with what we promise to bring you every Thursday. We kind of bring up the conversations we've been talking about. It's maybe some news stories that you may have seen in some of our other publications, but it's really the topics that, we all kind of talk about behind the scenes here. These are, the unauthorized caucuses we have in the hallway. Well, there isn't anything we're talking about right now other than Eagle Council 51. It's going to be big. And honestly, there's not anything else I can think of that's more tied into the current headlines than Eagle Council. We actually just posted, if you want to go and look, eaglecouncil.com, like Joanna said. I just put up our tentative schedule on the website right underneath the registration page last night, and it's packed. I mean, from Peter Navarro, who's one of the very few Trump officials who was in the White House with Donald Trump from beginning to end. He's launching a new book. He'll be there. The new book will be there. You have an opportunity to get a hold of one of those. Steve Bannon's coming. He hasn't been in the news recently or anything.
And he will be there.
He will.
I've had a lot of people call asking, will Steve Bannon be at your event on Saturday since you've been promoting that? And he still is planning to be there on Saturday.
It's a whirlwind because I know
the
TPUSA's Great Reset Conference is going on down in Arizona Friday and Saturday, and he'll be there, I think, on Friday, but he'll be whirlwinding up here from there. So he's out. He is not in jail, although he is being persecuted and attempted to be put in jail. But, I mean, he'll be there, and then there's just a host of other things from folks that you may not know, but we do. People like Eric Olson, Representative Tammy Nichols from the Iowa State House. She's been a longtime Eagle leader. Marilyn Shannon will be there. She's one of the board directors for the Eagle Forum Education and Legal Defense Fund, but she was the co-founder of the Republican National Coalition for Life with Phyllis Schlafly, one of the primary people, along with Phyllis and Kathleen Sullivan and so many others, that turned the Republican Party pro-life back in the 80s. There are some powerhouses, even if they're names that you don't know. And as Phyllis said, there are a lot of special people gathering. So come and make them your friends too. And really, this is going to be a very wonderful up-close experience because there are a lot of huge national conferences out there. Thousands of people show up at CPAC for big flashy stages, but in the vein of Phyllis Schlafly, we like to stick with grassroots, and we've retooled Eagle Council quite a bit this year to be a very good regional grassroots event. And we might have the idea to bring it to your state in the future sometime. So come on and join us. There's going to be some really incredible people to meet and hear from. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. So eaglecouncil.com, like she said, that's pretty much what we've been eating, sleeping, and breathing so much this week. But there's been a lot of other exciting stuff. I want to make sure I encourage you, as much as we're running around here trying to get everything done for you all that we're about to see this weekend, making sure that everything's back there. If you've been staying in touch, you've still seen our morning wink emails have gone out. There have been press releases and statements. The social media has never stopped. So make sure you're following us all there. I will bring up again, I think I mentioned last week, we're back on Twitter. Ed Martin, our president, has always been on Twitter. Somehow he has escaped the hammer ban that always comes down, or the ban hammer that always comes down on conservatives. But we're back up on Twitter as well, at Real PS Eagles. You'll find us there rebuilding again, making sure we get back onto the platforms where everyone is. So come and join us. Go over to phyllisschlafly.com and sign up for the email alerts banner up there at the top. You won't miss anything. And then likewise, eaglecouncil.com, you can come and register. We have put up several different little opportunities. You can come to just the pro-life celebration lunch. We're going to talk about the legacy of pro-life warriors. If you haven't heard of her, Bridget Van Means is a powerhouse in the world of pro-life, not only on the policy and political side, but really on the saving young women in crisis and babies side, putting boots on the ground and getting the work done She's a powerhouse in both of those. She'll be there. Jay Ashcroft, our Missouri Secretary of State, as much as we appreciate him for his stance saving Missouri's elections and the security and integrity of them and a lot of other things, he's got a lot of conservative bona fides, and he'll be there to talk about his pro-life beliefs and what we can do and are doing in Missouri to protect pro-life. And then from just front to back, and especially the little segment in between, it seems a little less flashy than our Legacy of Life luncheon or the Constitution Day dinner, but the Eagle briefing that's going to take place that afternoon at 2:30 in between the two, which is included if you register both for lunch and dinner. That's going to have some pretty neat topics and conversations and a lot of good opportunities to strategize and plan for the future. So there's going to be some really good stuff. And if you can't make it to the whole event, we have made sure to make it accessible. So if you can only make lunch or dinner, if you'd like to come to dinner but can't afford the private reception, or if you want to come to the private reception plus the whole thing, there are a lot of options. There's no reason not to come, and we'd love to have you with us. So I see a few people logging on, and I know we're not going to touch on as many topics as we normally do because everything right now is council. Yeah. But I will say some people have been asking what we're going to discuss at the Eagle briefing, and I'm just going to highlight a couple topics. And again, we're going to have some local people or some people out of state even that we trust and we like their expertise in these areas like election integrity, health freedom, and education. So those are just a couple topics that we will be covering. There will be an opportunity for question and answer time. So definitely feel free to bring some questions that you might have and they'll answer those to the best of their ability. Maybe you have some friends that you would like to invite to Eagle Council, but they're not sure what all will be involved with it. You can share this video with them. So go ahead and share it on your Facebook page, send it through a messaging app that you have or on Twitter. Anyway, you can like, share, and subscribe these videos on Facebook, YouTube. You can share on Twitter. So go on ahead and do that today. Yeah, absolutely. Share it with your friends. Make sure you're registered to come. We've been on our phones have been ringing a lot today. Yeah. We've been talking to people who are registering, figuring out what their schedule is. It's the beauty of a one-day event is that you don't have to burden yourselves down in thousands of dollars of hotels and flights and days off of work to try to get somewhere. You can come and participate. And that was what Phyllis Schlafly believed in. That's what we still believe in, the power of the grassroots. And that's what we're going to be doing on Saturday. Celebrating, strategizing, and having a good time together on Constitution Day. So I would love for you to come and join us. Same for Joanna and Gwen, Jordan, our boss, Ed, everyone here. We so look forward to it. We hope that you're with us. And in the meantime, if you need anything else, if there's a headline that we didn't cover in our publications, you wanted to hear us talk about it, email us, info@phyllisschlafly.com. Ask us what's going on. We might have some background information or opinions that we'd be happy to share if we didn't cover it this week in the busyness of events. So I think that'll do it for today. Anything else we should tell them? No, I think that's it. We'll see you Saturday. And if not, we'll see you next week on our Unauthorized Caucus.